Hi dear friends and subscribers, this is your host Ram, welcoming you to the Cricket Happening show today. Well, on this particular show, what I'm going to look at is we are going to look at three things. We are going to look at a very brief look at the match which happened yesterday in the Indian Premier League between Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai Indians, which was a very close match, once again going down to the wire before Harbhajan Singh actually hit that smacked the six and closed matters. I mean, in the sense, once he hit the six, the pressure was relieved, and then it was a matter of just getting the singles, and finally the Mumbai Indians winning over Kolkata Knight Riders. Well, one does not know whether that catch which was dropped by Brendan McCullum in the deep of the bowling of the batsman Kiran Pollard would have really turned things around for Kolkata Knight Riders. One does not know that. But one thing that I would like to mention here is that we see that this has happened twice now. There was another player, Ian Morgan, actually dropped one catch in the fence, and probably the lights, whether the lights were proper enough for them, because it's happened twice. It happened to Morgan, it also happened to Brendan McCullum. So whether is there any problem with the lights that are there, one does not know, because these were all very straightforward chances, and it has been grasped. Well, I'm not going to go into much of those details. That's for the match officials to really look at it and see whether there is something wrong over there, right? Okay, so let's get on here. Now, as I said, so I will be talking about that particular match, and also one is we are going to talk about the test match which happened the first day's play, where Bangladesh ended up at a very respectable position, I would say, at 300 for 6. Yes, Zimbabwe were definitely guilty. Today was the first day of the second test match between Zimbabwe and Bangladesh, played at the same Harare Sports Club ground, and Bangladesh notched up 300 for 6 at close of play on the first day of the second test match between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe were the ones who actually won the toss and inserted the Bangladeshis into bat. Well, there were some drop catches too, which I'll talk about. And then we are going to look at a recent match. Right now we have a match which is going on. This is between Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Sunrisers Hyderabad was struggling at one point of time, but I mean, the last 4 overs yielded 59 runs. From 100, the score galloped to 159, thanks to Ashish Reddy and Darren Sammy really going after the bowling and really going hell for leather, and they collected 59 runs in the last 4 overs, especially in the thanks to Ashish Reddy, whose contribution was 36. So that took the Sunrisers Hyderabad innings to 159 for 6. And right now Chennai Super Kings, well, they have started off in the right note and on a very aggressive note. Michael Hussey is not out 12 of 7 balls with 2 fours. Murali Vijay is not out on 13 of 11 balls with 2 fours. 27 for no loss is the current score after 3 overs for Chennai Super Kings. So they are much above the run rate. Well, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to pause over here right now, and first I'm going to talk about the matches today between Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai Indians. It's a very close match. Kolkata Knight Riders putting on 159 for 6 on the board, which I definitely talked about. Probably I didn't, I mean, that was the innings that I actually covered, as you know. And after that, Mumbai Indians innings, well, this feature was Dwayne Smith. Now, Dwayne Smith initially was struggling, but whenever he used to connect the ball with the sweet part of the bat, the ball used to really travel miles. And that's the precise reason he was the highest scorer, and he was the one who really lent that sort of not a stability, I would say, gave a sort of an impetus to the innings with a very hard-hitting knock of 62 of just 45 deliveries, 3 fours and 5 sixes. He clattered Iqbal Abdullah, the left-arm spinner, for 4 sixes in a particular over. He was absolutely severe on Iqbal Abdullah. Yes, there was no punting, as you know. Rohit Sharma was the captain yesterday, so he'd be pretty glad about it. Yesterday I made a statement there saying, I mean, I thought probably Tendulkar celebrating his birthday could have been captain. Whether Tendulkar himself opted out of it, one does not know. For as far as Mumbai Indians are concerned, Tendulkar was a very early victim. Sunil Narine, the best bowler today, he bowled excellently. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 wickets for 17 runs. He picked up the wicket of Tendulkar, who was clean bowled through the bat and pad gap. He was gone for 2 of 6 balls. Dinesh Karthik has been so consistent, contributed only 7 runs. Of 6 balls with 1 4. He was a victim of Senanaike, but Sachita Senanaike didn't have a good game at all. He leaked runs aplenty. In fact, he would like to forget this match because because his 4 overs cost him 50 runs with a wicket to his name. That was the wicket of Dinesh Karthik. But what was very bad about Senanayaka's bowling, he was absolutely, I would say, he was really thrashed by the Mumbai Indians batsmen, especially Dwayne Smith, Rohit Sharma, Kieron Pollard, and everybody really slapped him, Harbhajan Singh. So that is as far as Senanayaka. Senanayaka's 4 overs leaked 50 runs and only 1 wicket to show to his name. Rohit Sharma contributed a good 34 of 28 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes. Kieron Pollard contributing 33, but yes, he was definitely dropped at the fence by, as I said, he was dropped by Brendan McCullum, unfortunately the substitute. It was a pretty costly thing, I would say, at that particular moment of time, because if Kieron Pollard would have been gone, probably they might have had to have lots of runs. But finally, Ambati Rayudu was there, not out on 13 of 8 balls with 1 4. Harbhajan Singh smacked a 6, 7 of just 3 deliveries of just 2 balls, in fact, 1 6 that really settled matters. And Mumbai Indians, just with 1 ball to spare, winning the match by 5 wickets. 162 for 5 they made. Bowling, nothing to really talk about. Balaji, 4 overs went for 24, none for 35 for Iqbal Abdullah, went for some severe tap from Dwayne Smith, the opening batsman. Sunil Narine, absolutely excellent under all those pressure. 4 overs, no more than 17. He is someone who can be really banked upon as far as KKR is concerned. Bhatia went for plenty, 3.5 overs, no maiden, 1 for 32. So that is as far as this particular match is concerned. Mumbai Indians winning the match with 1 ball to spare. Now, I'm going to shift on the focus from here. In the meanwhile, I see there's some real big hitting going on here at the ground here in Chennai, where Chennai Super Kings, sorry, it is in Chepauk in Chennai, where the Chennai Super Kings are absolutely galloping right now. Their run rate is right now, they are going at 10.50 runs per over. They require a run rate of 7.95 runs per over, but right now they are absolutely galloping like a horse. 10.50 runs per over. They are 42 for no loss after 4 overs. Michael Hussey is not out on 25 of just 11 deliveries, 3 4s and 1 6. Murali Vijay is not out on 14 of 13 deliveries, 2 4s in that knock. Darren Sammy's 2 overs has cost him 19. Ishan Sharma bowled an over for 13. Dale Steen has gone for 10 runs. So this is not good beginning for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Chennai Super Kings are smoking runs at the current moment. Well, we'll come to that later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the stumps on day 1. We are at the Harare Sports Club. Bangladesh taking on Zimbabwe in the second test match. Zimbabwe winning the toss and electing to field. So Bangladesh were the ones who batted first. I'm just going to do a brief summary because we will go to the match between Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad, which is lots of runs coming in. The power play is being absolutely taken good advantage of right now by the Chennai Super Kings openers, Michael Hussey and Murali Vijay. Well, Bangladesh were the ones who put on 300 for 6 on the board. As far as Bangladesh were concerned, they had Ziaur Rahman today actually making his debut. He's still there, not out on 8 at close of play. And giving him company was Nasir Hussain, who was looking pretty good after being in some woeful form in Sri Lanka. He's not out on 37 with 7 boundaries, and Bangladesh closed the day at 300 for 6. Now 300 for 6, if one could look at it, I would say Bangladesh definitely deserve credit. But the Zimbabwean bowling was not something which was really up to the mark. Now Kyle Jarvis, as I said, was the leader of the pace pack. He bowled excellently in the first match, but he was pretty guilty here of bowling short and wide, and that's the reason he could just pick up a solitary wicket. Keegan Meth, if you look at the bowling figures, Jarvis 18 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 85 for him. Keegan Meth, well, he did his job. He was the best bowler on show today. 16 overs, 7 maidens, 22 runs on 1 wicket. Shingarai Masakadze, 17 overs, 2 maidens, 52 runs on 1 wicket. Chigumbra was the most successful, 18 overs, 4 maidens, 2 for 59. And Creamer, the leg spinner, 19 overs, 2 maidens, none for 73. Now, as far as Bangladesh were concerned, today they saw Tamim Iqbal coming back into the match and really making it count, playing some very handsome strokes, and he was anything short and wide. As you know, Tamim Iqbal is pretty square on the offside. He's pretty strong on the offside too. As far as square driving is concerned, his cutting and everything was concerned, and he contributed 49 runs of just 79 balls, 6 4s. Now Jarul Islam, well, he was not really looking good at all against the bowlers. And the stroke that he played was a pretty strange shot. He was the first wicket to go when the score was on 44, when Jarul Islam was a victim to the bowling of Keegan Meth, as he tried to actually hoik him over like a one-day match, and he was caught by Waller of the bowling of Meth for 24 of 47 balls, 2 fours. Ashraful was pretty cheaply dismissed by Shingarai Masakadza, getting a top edge onto a ball from Shingarai Masakadza. Creamer taking the chance there. He was gone for 4, and that made the score. When Tamim Iqbal departed, the score was 102 for 3. In fact, Tamim Iqbal was the one who was actually run out. In fact, 44 for 1, then became 58 for 2. Then there was a brief little partnership between Tamim Iqbal and Mominul Haq, who looked good at that time. Mominul Haq, he was looking good. But unfortunately, Tamim Iqbal, after making 49, departed. So that brought an end to the third wicket stand at 102 when Tamim Iqbal departed after making 49 with 6 boundaries. Mominul Haq, after looking good, didn't play a very good shot, I would reckon, as Chigumbura took his wicket. He was gone for 23, and that was the time it looked at 125 for 4. Zimbabwe were on the ascendant, because what they had done, they would have probably thought, I'm sure Brendan Taylor would have thought at 125 for 4, he had this Bangladeshi innings in a tight leash at the time. But after that, after the lunch session, after the first session, we saw things really improving for Bangladesh with the advent of Shakib Hassan and Mushfiqur Rahim at the crease, and that was a pretty important stand, and that is the precise reason Bangladesh reached 300 for 6. It was Shakib Al Hasan. He started off pretty aggressively. He was probably a man in a hurry. Later on, he settled down, started playing his strokes. But even while he was playing the strokes, there was a sort of a sense of urgency as far as Shakib Al Hasan was concerned. He started going for the strokes. And as I said, this was a 123-run stand for the 5th wicket, which really rescued Bangladesh from a position of 125 for 4, and then this score went on to great lengths at 248. Mushfiqur Rahim, the captain, he also contributed in equal measure. So these were the sizable contributions coming in from the Bangladeshi team there. Shakib Al Hasan contributing 81 runs before being a victim of Chigumbura, caught behind by Mutumbami. He was gone for 81 with 8 fours. Mushfiqur Rahim contributing 69. Mushfiqur Rahim, unfortunately, just before close of play, he was dismissed. So that was not some good news for Bangladesh. But Mushfiqur Rahim was gone. LBW bowled Jarvis after not toiling hard. He was not the bowler that he was in the first Test match. It was pretty guilty, but they would be pretty glad that he could actually dismiss Mushfiqur Rahim at the end of the day for 60 with 5 fours and 1 6. Nasir Hussain is not out on 37. Ziaur Rahman not out on 8. Bangladesh finishing at 300 for 6, but I would largely attribute that to some poor fielding from Zimbabwe. In the morning they dropped a lot of catches. Jarul Islam himself was dropped thrice, and there were a lot of the fielding was not really up to the standard. So they were not able to take the catches, and that was the precise reason Bangladesh reached a score of 300 for 6 at close of play. Well, I'm quickly shifting from here down to the Chepak Chennai ground, where the Chennai Super Kings are absolutely rattling along right now. They have reached the 50 mark in the 6th over. Hussey is not out on 34 of 16 balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes. Murli Vijay is not out on 16 of 17 balls with 2 fours. Sunrisers Hyderabad facing Chennai Super Kings. They were the ones who batted first. As far as Sunrisers Hyderabad innings was concerned, they were really meandering along, I would say, because they were 100 for 4. Only in the last 4 overs, the impetus was given by Darren Sammy, who smoked 19. In fact, as you know, today in the Sunrisers Hyderabad innings, they had 2 batsmen who came into the one was Shikhar Dhawan, who actually, he holds the record for the fastest Test century, as you know, and Shikhar against Australia. Shikhar Dhawan today came in and made it absolutely count. In fact, he carried his bat all through the innings to remain unbeaten on a very good 63 of 45 deliveries with 10 fours. What a great comeback for Shikhar Dhawan after coming back from his injury. Quinton de Kock failed with only 4 runs of 3 balls with 1 4. Vihari was run out for 2. Cameron White departed for just 2 runs. Amit Mishra contributing 15 of 21 balls with 2 fours. But today there was a debut for a new person from Tamil Nadu. It was ex-Talaivan Sargunam who made his debut, but unfortunately didn't have a good debut. He was caught and bowled by Bravo for 10. And as I said, that was the time, 98 for 5 in the 16th over. They reached just the 100 mark in the 16th over. After that, there were 4 more overs left, and then after that Ashish Reddy and Darren Sammy smoke runs separately, especially Ashish Reddy putting Morris over mid-wicket for a 6, hitting Bravo for a 6 in the last over, in fact taking 14 of the last over from Bravo. Ashish Reddy was the man who really provided the punch to the Sunrisers Hyderabad innings, which I said was meandering along, and finally Sunrisers Hyderabad reaching a pretty good score, a decent score I would say, of 159 for 6 of their 20 overs. Ashish Reddy not out on 36 of just 16 deliveries, 2 fours and 3 sixes. Darren Sammy smoking 19 of just 12 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6. 159 for 6 was the final tally for the Sunrisers Hyderabad on the board. As far as the bowling was concerned, Mohit Sharma 4 overs cost him 33 runs and 2 wickets. Jason Holder's 4 overs went for 31. Ashwin was pretty economical, 4 overs 21 runs and 1 wicket. Morris went for plenty, 3 overs cost him 24. Bravo was particularly punished, 4 overs no more than 37. 1 over for 8 runs for Ravindra Jadeja. Chennai Super Kings right now, as I said, they are rattling along at a very good rate here. They have already gone 58 for no loss after 6 overs. They are going at 9.66 runs per over. Looks to be absolutely on course here. Hussey is not out on 38 of 18 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes. Murali Vijay is not out on 17 of 18 balls with 2 fours. It's 58 for no loss. The bowling has been, the only bowler who could really manage something there was KV Sharma, 1 over for 4 runs as Karan Sharma. Now Darren Sammy, 2 overs went for 19. Ishan Sharma's 1 over for 13. Dale Steyn has not been brought back after leaking 10 runs of his first over. And Amit Mishra has also been clattered for runs. He has gone for 12. So it's only KV Sharma who has been looking good. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, unfortunately this YouTube broadcast is coming to an end, and I also have to end my cricket show for today. Thanks for your company and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. I hope we have a good game around here. It's very essential that Sunrisers Hyderabad have to quickly break this opening partnership. Otherwise, you know, the Chennai Super Kings have a mighty batting lineup and it's going to be too late. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show of today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye.